Welcome to the RAMcast, where we talk about all things related to Sioux Valley. This is your host, Brian Kirby, and my co host, Jimmy Sickler.
Happy to be here, Mr. Kirby.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Sickler. Appreciate you taking the time. And once again, this is another one of our special spotlights. We are asking the staff in the building questions, and today we have none other than Mr. Wes Rath.
Thank you, Mr. Kirby, for having me.
Yeah, so without further ado, let's get this show rolling. Hello, Mr. Rath, Mr. Wes. Why don't you tell us the name of your high school, the town, state, and its mascot?
So we're talking about mine, right? So
Yep,
it'd be Bartlett
yours.
High School, class of 1993, Bartlett Bears out of Anchorage, Alaska, which is at that point Fort Richardson, Alaska.
Sir, that would be the Bartlett Golden Bears.
Yes, Golden Bears.
Yes. All right. So what song, band, TV show, or movie have you been listening to or watching for fun lately?
I have to think politically correct here. Tom McDonald.
All right.
Okay.
I won't name his songs.
Okay. All right. So, thinking back to your days roaming the halls of any of your past schools, I guess it doesn't have to be Bartlett, any of those, which teacher had the most impact on you, and what would you remember the most about them?
I would have to say my disciplinarian, the guy that did the same thing I did in Central Junior School, junior high in Anchorage. He was there for everything, kind of like we are here now. We're more than just teachers and staff. We're mentors. We're soundboards, multitude of things.
Cool. Awesome.
That's a good shout out.
Yeah. What was your favorite extracurricular activity when you were in school?
ROTC.
Yeah. All right.
I like it. So what does Mr. West like to do outside of school for fun?
I like to help members of the community. I started my own business about 2 years ago doing federal backgrounds, so I do that in my spare time. I'm the assistant operations manager out at Upper Shooters Association, the range down the road. And I'm the VFW post commander in Talkeetna, so I just stay busy.
Nice. Lots of things going on.
Yes. And on that note, Mr. Rath has helped us secure some donations from the VFW that have really helped out our school. So thank you for that, Mr. Rath.
No problem. Anytime.
So when you were in school, what class did you find the most enjoyable?
I'll be honest, I didn't find any of them enjoyable. I think if I had to pick one, it'd be science with Mr. Wilson. He was part of the Wilson brothers, but he had a giant boa constrictor in the class.
That's
and he
cool.
would feed this thing during school lunch.
That's cool. Did he eat school lunch?
No, he definitely ate white rats.
Okay. All right. So, thinking back on your schooling, whom do you have your most meaningful relationship with when you were a student? It doesn't have to be a teacher; it could be anybody in the building.
I'd have to say our security person, BJ. I'm pretty sure she passed away. Again, one of those people that, yeah, there was a black and white to the rules, but she'd listen to you. It was, she always let you explain yourself. And if it made sense, she adjusted accordingly.
I like it.
Nice. What is something you have learned about yourself since you started working with kids?
That my patience needs to be thicker.
Yep. Patience. Students will give you some patience tests. That's for sure. So it's always good though. Ends up being a good thing.
Oh yeah.
So knowing what you know now, what advice would you give your younger self, either entering high school for the first time or leaving high school for whatever your post-secondary training was?
Pay attention to what you're doing. Be a sponge. I was that guy in high school. I laughed my way through class. Grades meant nothing to me, and then I joined the Army because it was easy.
Mm,
Now, 2 bachelor's degrees, 1 associate's degree. It's all about learning.
that's good. Good advice.
Yes, for sure. So, what is one of the most memorable moments you've had with students?
I would say it was Vanilla Ice Day on my very first year. Yeah.
Yes, very memorable for us too.
The look on the staff's face and the kids was priceless.
Yeah. Yep. So, kind of on that note, what do you think one of the most embarrassing things that ever happened to you in front of students was?
Ooh. I think it would be their stories. So there isn't one specific one without saying names.
Yeah.
One of them looked at me and was like, I'm going to go beat this person up. And that didn't think they were playing, but they were. And they took off running. So I took off running, yelling, no, 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 thinking something was going to happen. And when they got there, when I showed up, everybody just laughed at me. Thought it was funny.
Okay.
I do not like that joke.
No.
All right. So, after the school year's over this year, what is your plan for the summer?
Plan for the summer, I like to do the professional development. I think I'm at a point with my business that I can pay for that on my own. That's with the National Association of School Resource Officers. I just passed my final for my personal business, which makes me a quote unquote federal agent.
Oh, all right.
So that's
cool.
a lot more jobs and a lot more opportunities this summer.
It's awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
That is interesting. So, one last question here. That's kind of all the main ones we had. So, last one is there anything that you'd like to add that we haven't touched on?
No, not off the top of my head. I can't think of anything.
All right, that sounds good. Well, with that, we will conclude this special edition here with Mr. Wes Rath. Again, this is your principal here at Sioux Valley, Brian Kirby, and my co-host, Jimmy Sickler. Thank you, Jimmy, for taking the time.
Yes, thank you for having me.
And again, thanks, Mr. Rath. We do appreciate you taking your time to take the gauntlet quiz with us.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Mr. Kirby.
All right. And so once again, I hope you enjoyed this podcast as another way to connect with our Sioux Valley community. Hope to see you at the next school event or around the community. Thanks for listening.